Catskill Animal Sanctuary this afternoon. I think it's the first time in a long time that I'm back on camera with our virtual sanctuary segments. And this is actually going to be the first week of what is now going to be regular virtual sanctuary segments on Thursdays instead of Tuesdays. But happy Earth Day. You are getting a bonus live stream from us in celebration of Earth Day. And as we welcome everybody into the live stream right now, as everyone sort of gets settled in, now is a good time to scratch your back. And also, if you have any guesses or thoughts on why we are going to be visiting specifically with the cows to talk about the environment today, go ahead, leave your thoughts on this in the comments below. We'll give you a couple of minutes there, and then we will come back to why we've chosen to hang out with beautiful Daisy here. Tucker was supposed to also be on screen. I've got a banana in my pocket. I fed him half of the banana. Are we pooping?
We're pooping. Well, not we.
Not on camera.
Just one of us is pooping.
It's Lauren.
It's not.
Oh God,
Seriously?
Lauren.
Seriously?
At work?
Seriously. I know, Daisy. I know that was very rude. We should ignore Kaden right now. Hello. I know you'd rather hang out with me because I'm nicer. That's okay.
So, I don't know how much of Daisy we could see at the moment.
See
Probably
a beautiful
like
eye.
a nose, an eyeball. While you leave your guesses again about why we're talking with the cows for Earth Day, I believe we might have a number of new viewers today who haven't been a part of our virtual sanctuary segments before, coming in from a few different avenues where you may have heard about us for the first time. So I wanted to take a little moment to just talk about what Catskill Animal Sanctuary is and what we do here. We are based in Saugerties, New York. We are actually celebrating our 20th anniversary year of rescue and rehabilitation. Daisy, you haven't been here for 20 years yet. She might be eventually, though. We hope. Oh, goodness. Daisy has realized that somebody else is getting fed over there.
Oh no, all the goats are over there. And it's lunchtime for Tigger. Lexi there is trying to give Tigger lunch, which is probably going to be slightly challenging because all of the other goats are also there. And Daisy is like, why not me? Why not my lunch? I would like.
Yeah, Daisy will try to happily mooch a bit any given time. We all like our snacks here at the sanctuary. So we've been rescuing animals for quite some time now. We've rescued over 5,000 animals in the years that we've been doing this work. One second. It is windy and it is very snowy today for late April. Just one of those very unpredictable weather days. And we are so grateful for everyone who has supported us in the 20 years that we've been doing this work. Right now we're home to a couple hundred rescued animals, and it feels like so much work every single day. Giving everybody their old man lunches, their breakfast, their feed runs, their water runs, trimming hooves, soaking chickens' feet when they're dealing with some bumblefoot, doing medications, all of that. It is so much work for all of our wonderful, dedicated caregivers. Getting the goats out of shenanigans over there. Being like, why? There is no quiet day for the humans at the sanctuary. And although 5,000 animals has made the world of difference to those animals, although a couple hundred animals is just so much work for us on any given day, we realized that a lot of what we do is just a small drop in the ocean of the number of animals who are raised for food each year. In the United States alone, there are about 10 billion, with a B as in boy, land animals who are raised for food each year. Globally, we don't like that number, right? It's about 72 billion land animals globally, and 1.2 trillion, with a T, aquatic animals. So these are huge numbers of living, breathing beings who have a tremendous impact on the environment, whose lives all do have value, and whose lives intersect with ours in ways that we are not always aware of, even if it is quite intimately connected to our day-to-day. Daisy, by the way, is grumpy today. So normally I say a happy cow is a quiet cow, but Daisy has been complaining all afternoon. Her friend Tucker has been pestering her, right? And now the food truck drove away without giving Daisy a snack. We'll give her
Rude.
Tucker's...
That's unbelievable.
We'll give her Tucker's other half of a banana at the end if Tucker doesn't come over.
And by the way, just real quick, who's that beautiful horse behind you?
That might be her name in cow. No. That is Callie out there. Callie is a roughly 33-year-old Appaloosa who's been here for closing in on a decade, I believe, at this point. And she does not quite get along with the other horses. So she's hanging out with the cows. On some days we have 2 sheep who live in this yard as well. So she hangs out with them. But
I've seen the 2 cows plus Callie eating, like out of the same hay pile. It's really adorable.
Yes. Hi, Cranky Pants. Did we have any guesses, by the way, on why we were visiting with the cows?
We did. People mentioned emissions.
Mm-hmm.
I assume thinking of things like carbon and greenhouse gases. And also deforestation and land use.
Yeah, those are all absolutely huge factors in why we are visiting with the cows today. Cows certainly get, Lauren is telling me to get a little bit closer to Daisy's face, but I think she's, yeah, okay, we're good. Those are certainly huge factors. Cows get a pretty bad rap for having a massive impact on the environment. Of course, this is not their fault. It is more or less the fault of the humans who decided that we are going to farm them in mass. Where are we going? Where are we going, Daisy? Oh, we're munching. So right now, Daisy is eating some grass, and she is a ruminant. So cows, as well as 2 other species here at the sanctuary, are ruminants. And for our regular viewers, I have asked this question a couple of times, so I'm going to test your knowledge and see if you remember which 2 other species here at the sanctuary are ruminants, while Daisy shouts at the world. Spring. It's just a tough time. Alright, we'll go follow Daisy.
People are a big fan of Callie, by the way. She's a lovely girl.
She is. She's such a cutie. How did Alice get on this side of the fence? So we've got a goat who's not supposed to be in here, who has managed to squeeze her way into the cow field, and she is one of our troublesome goats. So we'll see if she comes over and says hello as well. But while Daisy eats this grass, it is going to go down into her 4-chambered stomach. And she has a first chamber called a rumen. It is massive compared to the stomachs of individuals who do not have to eat huge amounts of grass and other tough foliage every single day. And there, her grass and her hay that she eats will ferment. And fermentation can produce all sorts of fun byproducts like alcohol or methane. So those are sort of the chemical results of the fermentation process. And then, after she's broken down all of those tough grasses that most of us who don't have rumens cannot digest, she's going to burp it up later. You're gonna go up to her, give her a snuggle, say hi Daisy, get in her face, have a really nice moment, and then guaranteed that is when she is going to decide to ruminate and burp up all of her cud and have a nice stinky burp in your face. And with that, she is emitting a lot of methane. And so cows are responsible for huge amounts of greenhouse gas emissions. We just gonna get the butt now?
Cute butt.
It is a cute butt. Daisy, do you want a banana?
Banana? Meanwhile, by the way, Tucker is still just kind of standing off camera looking at us. We're going to see if Daisy wants the banana. That green grass is just really good. All that new growth, right?
Oh, poop.
We're pooping some more. We'll pan over to Tucker.
Yeah. Tucker!
Hello.
Banana? He's like, that was the bottom of the produce pile donations. I'm not here for it.
Yes, only the freshest banana for Prince Tucker there. Spoiled.
Yes, they are absolutely indulged in all sorts of goodies here. Did we have any guesses on who the other species of ruminants at the sanctuary are?
We did. People mostly came up with some combination of goats, pigs, and sheep.
There are two correct answers in that, yes. And they are the goats and the sheep. Pigs actually have digestive systems that are pretty similar to our own, although I don't recommend eating your food out of the mud the way that our pigs sometimes enjoy.
Why not? Wait, why not?
You know, we haven't been doing it long enough. Our guts would be a little too overwhelmed with the new.
Yeah. Caden ruined my plans for the afternoon. Whatever.
Yeah.
We did also have a quick question though
Yes.
about Daisy's horns. That if the cow has horns, doesn't that make that cow a bull?
That's a really good question. And so, no. If we actually, can we pan over to Tucker?
We can. He's a little small over there, but we see him.
So Tucker is a steer. I'm not blocking Tucker, am I?
No, you're good.
Tucker is a steer, which means that he is a neutered male cow. And so steers cannot have babies. We do not have any bulls here at the sanctuary. We neuter all of our male mammals because we want to be able to have space to take in animals in need of our help. But Tucker, you know, he developed as a male cow. He doesn't have horns because Tucker lived at a petting zoo when he was young. He was rescued from this petting zoo at the end of the season when he was going to be sold to auction and likely would have ended up in the beef industry. But Tucker, because of where he came from, had his horns burned off when he was a baby. So when you're a baby cow, you have just these little sort of nubs that are going to grow into your full horns. And on farms, oftentimes these will be burned off. It is almost always done for the female calves, and it is less often done for the male calves. So we associate horns with the males of cows, of goats, of sheep, but they should really be on everyone. And Daisy's horns, Daisy is not showing herself. We've got more Daisy butt in the background there. Daisy's horns are not much to speak of, but that is because she has one broken horn and one horn that is a little bit like a skirt. So it may have been a partial dehorning that kind of grew in. We're not 100% clear on what's going on with her horns. But Many of our female cows who were rescued before their horns were taken off do have them and should have them because it's a part of their skeleton. It's sort of like expecting, I don't know, men and women to have different numbers of arms. We all have our arm bones, and cows should all have horns as a part of their skeleton. We really don't have them on the cooperation front today, do we?
No, we don't.
Do we have any other questions that I should answer before I talk a little bit about some of the different greenhouse gas emissions between cows and other farmed animals?
Well, Shannon is just wondering how many cows are here at the sanctuary, because these are just 2 of them.
That is 2 of them, yes. We may actually be integrating them with another herd of our cows here at the sanctuary. So we have 150 acres and 2 sort of distinct properties that are very, very close to one another, but separated by a ridge. So where our visitors come, we have right now 7 cows. Is that right? Yeah. 7 cows, and then on the other portion of our property, that would be, oh God, I'd have to count them out. Over 10. Over 10, but I'm not going to sit here and list everyone's name to count them out. So we have a herd of probably around 20 plus cows at the sanctuary, as well as many, many goats, sheep, pigs, chickens, turkeys, ducks, geese, and 2 rabbits, some horses. Yeah, those are our residents at the sanctuary. But yeah, these 2 are living alone right now, and that may change in the near future. They are certainly a social species and need to live with at least one other member of their species to be happy. So when we are talking about cows, they really come from 2 very distinct industries. And I feel like, do you think we're going to get any Wi-Fi up by where Callie is at?
The Callie is? I think so.
We're going to try and walk
Callie's doing.
And say hello to Callie, since Daisy has given us her butt. Tucker's not coming over, and just everybody loves to not cooperate. They're on their own schedule. They get to do what they want here at the sanctuary.
Indeed. And Gail, I think Caden is about to talk about the environmental impacts of those gases. So, am I right, Caden? Of the gases that come out of the cows?
Yes.
Mostly on the front end, but also on the back end?
Yes.
Your Callie.
I wonder if she wants anything. I don't know if she can.
Yeah, I don't know if she's allowed to have banana. Some of our animals are on a strict diet, especially some of the older ones. And again, Callie is not a young lady, so not sure.
She's not. How are we doing on the Wi-Fi here, Lauren?
Seem okay?
All right. Let's see if she'll say hello.
And if you wanted to see the Alice and all, there's Alice the goat over by the fence over there. I think she might be wondering what she did and how to get back to her friends. Oh, Caden, what did you say to Callie?
Apparently, my presence was not wanted. Let's call Alice and see. Alice! Alice!
Alice would like a banana, I bet.
I bet she would. Actually, do you want to set this down, answer any questions? I'm going to run and grab Alice. So we have someone on camera.
We can do that.
How does that sound, Lauren?
All right, I'm going to set the camera down. Oops. We will see how this goes with Caden and Alice. So yes, Caden is probably going to talk about this in a little more depth, but the amount of gas that cows produce, just by their biological functions, can have a really, really outsized environmental impact. Through no fault of the cows, right? They're just doing their thing. A lot of times it does affect, though, it is affected by what they are fed. They're not always fed what is the best diet for them on farms, but what is cheaper and easier to get. Alice is thinking about it. I don't think she wants to leave her friends. Oh man, we can't give those bananas away.
It's a rough day. It's a rough day to try
Alice. I don't know. Yeah, Alice is well known for being a little bit of a troublemaker here at the sanctuary. I think she doesn't want to get too far away from her friends. I don't know if she knows how to get out from where she got in.
So, when we are talking about greenhouse gas emissions that are coming from... What did we miss? What did I miss with you? Anything important? You'll fill me in, right?
Well, basically just that cows have a natural biology and it does produce a lot of gas, so that's not their fault, but they are oftentimes not fed things that are healthiest for them, and that can affect their production of gases. And I was also going to point out just the sheer number of cows that exist in the world.
Yes. Yeah, so, I mean, it is a huge cycle, right? So we are deforesting land so that we can grow cows, as well as grow the food that we are giving to cows when we are farming the hundreds of millions of cows who are killed for food each year. I actually don't know a global number on that one, Lauren. Did you have one offhand?
By my recollection, at any given moment in the world, there are about 1 billion cows.
There you go.
And yeah, that's billion with a B, which is a whole lot of cows.
Huge, huge number. And there are, when they are being farmed, they are often being fed soy and corn, which is being grown on frequently deforested land. But this corn and soy is really easily broken down. If we think about humans, we can eat corn, we can eat soy super easily. Our guts do not have a problem with it for the most part. If you have an allergy, that is one thing. But the vast majority of us, it's a-okay. We don't need a rumen to digest that. It breaks down really easily and ferments pretty quickly in a cow's rumen, and it can really mess up their entire digestive system and cause them to burp up way more methane. In fact, it can really make them quite sick when they're killed. Oftentimes, they have mostly diseased liver, abscessing livers, because of how hard their body is working to make up being fed these awful but when they are producing this massive amount of methane, oh my god, sorry, it's so windy, I'm so sorry.
I know that can be sometimes, so thanks for sticking with us.
This is quite a day. This is not a normal day at the sanctuary. Snow in the morning, some snow this afternoon, really windy, 40 degrees maximum. But when they are producing this massive amount of methane, methane is one of those greenhouse gases that can cause the most immediate warming effects, and of course can also have huge impacts on our overall, what we are seeing in terms of the effects of climate change. And when we think of things like increasing numbers of tropical storms, increasing severities of tropical storms, hurricanes, those are having immediate, real impacts on human lives as well as animal lives. I think Daisy is over here. I think Daisy might say hello. We're gonna test our Wi-Fi with Daisy. See if we can get someone to pay attention to us.
I don't know if you can, I've showered recently, right? You've showered recently too, right?
We might not be smelly enough for them.
Maybe, do we need to go roll around in the mud maybe and get more smelly?
Occasionally in the winter, cows will actually choose to sit in their own poop, because as it breaks down, it creates a little bit of heat and can keep them nice and warm. That is your one gross cow fact for the day.
I don't know, I think the burps and all are also perhaps a little bit gross. Cows are lovely, but they do have some gross habits. And Gail is asking, so in the wild, the gases would not be that bad from the cows?
So they are still going to be animals who produce more greenhouse gas emissions than other animals, than humans. Well, not actually than humans if we look at our overall life practices. But their biology is going to produce more carbon emissions, more methane emissions, than other animals, just like different species have different impacts on the environment. But there would be so many fewer cows. Of course, there are not wild cows presently. I think this is not a banana. I think this is a plantain, and I think that's why this is getting rejected. We thought it was a banana in the Proto-Stonations, but we were wrong.
So we've learned cows.
And I get it. I wouldn't want raw plantain either. Fry it up for you. So the sheer volume of cows who we are raising each year for food is really what is having this drastic impact. Whether or not they are grass-fed, although grass-fed cows are still often finished with corn and soy and on feedlots. But regardless of where they are raised, it's really the volume of how many are being raised that is causing such a huge problem for us.
I thought she was going to lick the back of your head.
I was hoping.
That would be cute.
And to be honest, I wasn't paying quite enough attention, but I do trust her.
Yeah, because really there should not be, if cows were just allowed to be cows, like as wild animals, there wouldn't be a billion of them.
Let's exit this field.
Sorry about that, folks.
And we're gonna make Lauren run for it while I talk to you all.
I'm doing what now?
Yeah, we're gonna make Lauren run for it.
What am I running about?
We're gonna have Lauren grab
Open a little more?
some treats and run some baby goats over our way.
Okay, I'll hand this to you.
Thank you. So,
Treats? You mean willies?
bye, Lauren. Or just take a banana and see what happens.
Yeah, get the banana. Did you forget the banana?
I don't know. We're not sure what happened to the banana.
Did you eat the banana when we weren't looking?
I definitely did not. Here we go, Lauren.
All right.
So she is going to go and run for the treats. Tucker is going to be in the background there, ignoring us in a nonsense sort of way. But if we're talking about just sheer volumes of greenhouse gas emissions or carbon emissions from 100 grams of protein coming from either an animal or a plant, I actually have a little fact sheet here because I cannot remember all of these specific numbers, but cow's flesh is going to produce about 15 and a half times as much carbon for 100 grams of protein as tofu. It's going to produce 39 times as much carbon for 100 grams of protein as beans. And we, as humans, we can digest those things. It is great. We can, Sherry, yes, we're trying very hard to get some animals to spend time, and they are just foiling us every step of the way today, and that is A-okay. They really do get to choose their schedules. Sometimes they cooperate, sometimes not so much, and Tucker decided to stand in, like, the Wi-Fi dead zone of his field, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. So cows have so much more of an impact for the amount of nourishment that their flesh would give any human who's eating it compared to plant proteins. And we are fortunate enough to live in a time where we are able globally to produce more than enough food for every single human who is alive. We already produce more than enough food for every single human who is alive. Those issues of food scarcity are more so political problems rather than actual food scarcity problems. They are people deciding who does not get food, who doesn't deserve it for some reason. But we can absolutely produce enough healthy, delicious plant proteins to feed the world. And we can absolutely make that individual choice and also make that choice to speak up in our communities, to make a positive influence with those who we know and love, our friends, our families, our towns, our cities. We can... Daisy's talking. Oh, we have goats. We have goats. Here they come. Just wait for it. We've got a parade. Lauren has ushered them over. I'm just going to wave some paper to see if we can get anybody's interest. No, wrong direction, babies. No. Wrong way.
Those are goats.
Completely and utterly foiled. A little spring feistiness. Heather, there are a lot of different numbers on what the actual impact of going vegan is on your carbon imprint, but it makes a massive, massive difference even compared to going vegetarian. And we here at Catskill Animal Sanctuary watch each and every day the impact that these animals have on our visitors and on our viewers. Making that individual connection with a friend, watching an old man goat put an entire half a plantain in his mouth voraciously.
You don't have enough teeth for this.
Is one of the, honestly, the best ways to sustain your choice to make a difference in the lives of animals, to make a positive choice for the environment. We encourage you to come and visit the sanctuary, but if you cannot come and visit, we absolutely offer virtual programs. We would love to connect with you no matter where you are in the world. We'll leave a link in the comments below if you're interested in booking a virtual program where our cows will most likely spend more time with you, and we will also see other different species. We can connect with classrooms. We do field trips and educational programs. Lauren is often the one helping out, or leading those, I should say, not helping out with.
I'm also, by the way, trying to have Tigger not eat this whole thing in one bite, because he doesn't have a lot of teeth left because he's old. So I'm worried about his ability to chew this, which is why I keep kind of pulling it out of his mouth.
But look at his intention. He has plans, he has goals, he's going to eat that whole thing in time.
Thanks, bud. Good boy.
So,
good boy.
Wrapping it up today with another ruminant. We have programs that are intended to help support you on your journey to cutting out animals from your diet, to incorporating more delicious vegan foods and making that transition towards veganism, which can have a tremendous impact on the environment, but also has an impact on, on the communities around us. Animal agriculture doesn't just impact the world on this sort of intangible, large scale in ways that we often talk about climate change, but it can have very real immediate polluting effects for the air and the water in communities of near us, around us. If you are interested in becoming a member, Gail, we will leave a link to our membership page in the comments below. We are so, so appreciative for all of you who want to support us here at the sanctuary.
Do we want to show the merch super quick?
We do, but where is it?
It's in my pocket, but I don't want to touch it because my hands are disgusting.
Tigger is going to...
It's such a good banana.
You are also, we do sell our reusable bags. I don't actually know how much we could see right here with it, that says "Go Vegan" for you, for them, for us. It is a wonderful reusable tote bag. We will leave a link for that in the comments below too, but we're going to wrap it up with Tigger's cute face.
Good boy. Oh, that's my glove.
We offer vegan cooking classes as well. And we would love to see you all join them. We are opening up for public tours next weekend. Tickets are available online now for all of May, and tickets for June onwards will be available soon. So we'll leave a link for that as well. We would love to see you here. We are doing COVID-safe tour practices, smaller groups, masks only, and we want you all to stay safe and healthy as we work towards hopefully actually taking action on climate change before it is too late. So, thank you everyone for tuning in today. Tigger's peacing out. Lauren, do you want to wave goodbye? Yeah.
Bye, Tigger.
Alright. Bye everyone. We will see you here next week, Thursday at 1 p.m. So sorry for the wind and the cow butts, but
never apologize for cow butts.
Never apologize for cow butts. Bye everyone.